Hello there, YouTube. Welcome to a frosty 25-degree Tuesday, the 27th of January. It's made it to a whopping 27 degrees. It's got a bite to it. But anyway, I had to do a little lawn maintenance there. I guess Sasha got caught behind a little mutt tree, a little cherry tree that was trying to grow, and Christy didn't realize that. She thought she heard her barking at one point, but, Sasha's always going on. She goes, "That's crazy. I haven't heard her for hours." Well, the poor thing had wrapped around, and then trying to get undone, she had wrapped herself around where she had about 3 inches of cable left. So I went out there to cut that thing up, and that little tree is like a little cluster of trees, was just bare. You can tell where she's been chewing, and poor thing. I couldn't figure out why she was so excited when we got home last night. I mean, she was all kinds of like affectionate. She like tackling me. I'm like, what's going on with you? And then Christy told us. She goes, "Oh, I gotta tell you a story about Shishi." She goes, I felt so bad for her. Little goofball. There's just a little clump right underneath that window there. And she'd gone around it and got tangled up. That DeWalt chainsaw, the electric chainsaw, the chain is locked up in that thing. So I had to grab the little handheld Bauer thing that I got Kelly. We used the holy heck out of that thing. Them little handheld saws are so useful. But anyway, a little lawn maintenance before we take off. But we're gonna roll out. It's flat. I don't know, it feels colder than what it did when it was 17 degrees. I don't know how different temperatures can feel so cold. But let's roll. Welcome to the day. Shockingly 39 degrees here in Vancouver. It's already clouded up. That'll help warm it up. But that'll be nice, 39 degrees.
I know, I watched it, 35.
Oh.
So, 35, 39, still cold.
Yeah. What, Mama?
Yes, sir.
We made it to Tuesday.
We did.
And we got a bunch of stuff to do, which is a nice thing to say.
Yes, it is.
So let's go on in there and bust her out.
All right.
All right. Have yourself a wonderful Tuesday there, Mama.
You too.
All right. Love you. See you. Bye.
I love you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Oh, the tangled webs we weave. So I had my meeting with BRP. Really cool. It's a new guy, super nice guy. He's in Texas. And anyway, talking about everything's pretty much a go, but I had to be honest. I didn't see it being an issue at all, but I had to tell him about the thing that Kelly and I are doing with Harley-Davidson. And that could be a problem, which I talked to a couple people here, and we're all in agreement. We don't see, I can't tell you the details of either one, but we don't see any competition absolutely whatsoever between Harley and the Can-Am Spyders. I don't, and none of us, of course, this is, coming from a dealership that sells, Can-Ams and stuff like that. We don't see the competition at all. And we've had, I don't know how many trikes have been traded in on Spyders. I mean, it's such a different world. I mean, they just could not be more opposite. The only thing in common, literally the only thing in common, is they roll on 3 wheels. But other than that, everything is completely different. Totally different riding experience. 100% totally different riding experience. So, I don't know. And the way, Spyders sell, geez, I'd hate to think the number The only competition they're looking at is the three-wheeler side of things of Harley, and that's pretty small, in what they sell. But that could be a conflict. So got to make a decision here. The thing with Can-Am is pretty cool, and the Harley thing is just kind of a flash in the pan. It's man, I just think it'd be really cool to hang out with a bunch of Harley people and have a fantastic, like a paid for riding vacation. I can't tell you what it is. I can't say anything until I'm told I can say anything. I really, really, really want to do this Harley thing, but I don't see any kind of long-term thing. This Can-Am thing will be, it will be long-term, or it can be long-term, a minimum of a year, and I'll say this much, I won't have to worry about getting a demo from work. That'll be taken care of. And man, wow. Kelly sent the same thing. She goes, I don't see the Harley three-wheelers being any competition for Spyders. I don't either. I told her who I talked to and what they said. We just don't see that as being competition. But companies are finicky that way. Maybe Harley wouldn't like the idea that I'm entering into something with Can-Am either. So, man, help me. I mean, the smartest thing, obviously, would be to turn down the Harley thing, because I work at a dealer that sells Can-Ams, but this thing with Harley is just, it's like, for me, this is a once in a lifetime deal. I wish I could tell you what we're doing. I wish I could say. As far as I know, it's just a flash in the pan thing with Harley. They're just, I don't think there's going to be anything beyond what we do with them, but the Can-Am stuff could last quite a while. Two different worlds. Two drastically different worlds. All right, I need to get working on this thing, get my mind off of stuff. So the GM swung in through here, and we had a nice long talk about the whole ordeal. And he's like, man, you need to, I'm gonna send him off one, like Kelly says, one of my infamous letters. It takes me a long time to write them, but I can come out with a whopper explaining, like he goes, the owner and I know that you're, a Harley fanboy, but, we've never, that we know of, we've never lost the sale of an Indian because you like Harleys. He goes, it's not like you're selling them. He goes, when you do stuff with Spyders and stuff, we know you speak your mind. I speak the truth. I don't divvy things up. I'm not one. I can't be a salesman. I just speak what I think, and they like what I say or whatever. But they say there's no threat of Kelly, riding her freewheeler and riding Spyders and stuff like that. And then Yeah, he goes, they're just not thinking of this rationally. You're talking about a long-term thing with BRP compared to a flash in the pan with Harley. And he goes, fight for it. So I will. I'll come up with a nice little deal there. And I can, it's not like we're gonna. It's not like we're like, say we ride the new Harley 3-wheelers for example. We're not gonna compare them to a Spyder. There's nothing to compare. I mean, you're talking two different worlds altogether. But maybe another thing, I guess, the 3-wheel market is predicted to explode here, like fairly quickly. They've done studies and stuff like that, and there's some surprising stuff that I can't talk about that may shock you. There may be some other people joining the world of 3-wheelers. But anyway, so I'm sitting here pondering that thing, and he swung in, and we sat here and chatted for a bit. I got the valves done on them. They're actually not only in specs, but like perfect. I love them when they're in the middle. One thing about the police boxers you never have to worry about is having loose forward lower exhaust valves, because people ride them, they bog them around and putt on them, and they carbon up. You got to use tier one gas, premium only, and I don't think you have to run. I think they suggest you run premium. But yeah, premium. Why would you not put the premium in your motorcycle? These finicky little things with all their little tiny pieces that are rolling around inside there. Super high tech. Why would you not put the best stuff in? I mean, a motorcycle gets crazy gas mileage. Why do you worry about putting premium in there? And if at all possible, put premium non-ethanol. Higher BTUs, cleaner burning. I mean, all that stuff adds up over time, especially if you're overly easy on them. It'll add up a lot quicker. Although I worry about him waiting so long for his oil changes. Unless he rides the thing so hard that, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if this is a return unit or not. I know there's a couple of new guys. And I thought this was the newest guy that I told you. I said he's an old country boy. He's got a southern accent. I won't go into any details about that, but I thought this was his. No, I was told it was not. And they super excited about the Can-Am thing, and doesn't see how the Harley thing would hurt that in any way. None of them see the competition. Someone that's looking for a conventional trike is going to get a conventional trike. And it's probably I don't know, long time Harley guys and American made versus foreign made. And a bunch of metal instead of a bunch of plastic. It's just two different worlds. I just don't see them crossing over. We've had a handful of Harleys traded in, but nothing like the motorcycles. And when we get Harley motorcycles, you guys see, we get so many Harleys in here, people mistakenly think we're a Harley dealer and come in looking for stuff, But it's people trading in their dresser Harleys for Spyders. And I don't know what it is now because I'm so separated from sales and stuff. But I know at one point the number one trade-in for a Spyder was a Harley dresser. By far, number one. They want to feel safe on the 3 wheels, and they're getting to a point they want some creature comforts. And man, if you want unbelievable creature comforts, Spyder does that. Just that reverse trike thing is just that way. you know. It is. It's like riding a convertible without the cage around you. I mean, really. Fantastic. And, you know, when you spend, like, if, you know, a lot of people are afraid that, you know, they've been on 2 wheels all their life, that they're going to hate this thing and it's not going to feel, you know, not going to feel right. They're not going to enjoy it. You know, the first thing you notice is, you know, you don't have the gyro effect in the turns where you lean into the turns. You know, you basically, the thing's going to bank away from the turns. But if you spend any time on quads and snowmobiles any time in your life, it's a very familiar feeling to you. And I'm telling you, you know, I ride in 2 and 3 wheels all the time. I literally jump on a Spyder, and in my mind, I'm just riding another motorcycle. It's just another motorcycle. You know, a very, very, very comfortable motorcycle, but it's just another motorcycle. And, you know, I remember at first I was always concerned where them front wheels were. And are you going to make it in between things? Or, you know, you remember I used to run a wheel off over the fog line and going through turns and run a wheel over the center line, you know, when I'm out there horsing around is what I was doing. And you just get used to it. I literally don't think anything between the two of them. I mean, I just jump on one, jump on the other, just never give it a thought. Can't you tell I'm vlogging here? Hold on. That's a lot of pieces. That's what it takes to get to the air filter. And this is that bolt, the 6mm T30 head, which looks like it's, you know, you can get right in there. Oh, by the way, look at that air filter compared to what it's supposed to have. That one's been in there a minute. Oh, take a little plastic wedge and peel the gas tank back. There's a lip on the cover that stops it from coming up. Reach in and just grab the tank in the bottom of the air box. It slides right out of there. But where is the top of this thing? Oh, right here. That divot is right there. So you can't really get in sideways, and it's hard to get in on the top of it. But fortunately, this is one of the smaller radios, and I was able to get in with a T30 and an Easy Red and get in there, get her loose. And they even tell you, where's the stuff for? Oh, they even tell you to put a little anti-seize on there. They're always rusted. That's the front of it, but you got to get that out to get that center cowl out. Luckily, it went around this SW Motec thing. Came right out. That was nice, surprising. I'm looking at it, I go, man, that's not as wide as what the other ones are. It overhangs a little bit in the front, but you tilt the back up and pops right out. But I could have almost gone in with a straight shot down to that bolt, but these cables go into the radio and they are stiff as a cog. I mean, they're stiff like a clutch cable. And I'm not going to yank on them because they're going into connectors in the back of the radio. Don't want to be messing that stuff up. But anyway, get the air filter replaced. It's cool. It's almost at the full mark, which I thought initially, I knew I was going to have the cover off, so I didn't look overly close. I thought it wasn't showing up at all. So I thought the coolant bottle was a little low. But anyway, let's get her finished up. All right, I'm at a stopping point. Gonna clean things up. All I have to do now is put it back together. Top, that coolant bottle is like that far below the full mark, and she's a little stumbly sounding, so I'm gonna reset the adaptive values and open all the doors and let her run in here for about 15 minutes idling, and dial her in. You can do it's done electronically, but it's basically a throttle body sync. So I'll do, all the adaptive values as far as air fuel mixture, and it'll start the thing off. It was stumbly. The plugs look clean. Valves were fine. I just think mapping is just a little out of sorts. And doing an adaptive reset will cure that. Didn't want to stop until I got this back on. Oh, and I had to take the SW Motec thing off of there. Come off easy, but going back on was it was going to hang, and I didn't want to risk. There's little clips that go around the gas cap that snap in once it go past. And when I was peeling it back towards the back, it was putting those in a weird position. I thought, stop right here. Just pulled it out. NICs, that front bolt, and they go in so much better when they're NICs. They come out. You'll be really glad that's on there when you go to take them out, because that thing, even with that easy red, it just squeaked the whole way out. But anyway, I'll get home and I'll sit down and ponder out a letter to my contact at BRP, and got a lot of good input from the GM, and his rationale is, well, it's kind of the way I think, but he puts it in a much better way. It's really cool it's always nice to be able to bounce something off of somebody like that, and he's got a lot of business sense, and he knows the market and how things are going. He's just, he's a GM. He studies that stuff closely. He's probably the only GM I've ever met that is absolutely dead serious about his job. Really cool guy. Known him for, quite a few years. And I think even before we worked together, that was started in 2003, I think. Yeah. And anyway, I know we've crossed paths before. I don't know, he might even have come in as a customer or something prior. I just don't know. But he's been around here for quite a while. Good people. But we're talking stuff about three-wheelers as a whole, regardless of trike or reverse trike, and how things, the dynamic of it all has changed a bit. And he personally thinks that right there, that Red Rock or any of the canyons, that's just like an untapped territory right there. Because I don't know how many we've sold, but you've never seen anybody more in love with, and these people are coming from two wheels and still ride their two-wheelers. Anyway, that's kind of I think of a BMW GSA or a Harley Pan America or something to that effect when you're on one of those. And that smart suspension, and oh man, it's just, it's a whole nother world. Whole nother world. But yeah, I don't see that having anything to do with any other, even Can-Ams. I mean, they got the Riker Rally, but that's totally different. But anyway, just food for thought. I hate to have pretty much occupied the whole vlog about that instead of talking technical stuff, but it's heavy on my mind. They're going, well, you probably should have just not said anything. So, but I think it's going to be a contract, and I feel like being up front. I just really didn't expect the response. It wasn't just straight up negative. It was like, ooh, you could tell that was, a ball bearing got thrown into the tranny and kind of ground a little bit there for a second. So I don't know. So before any decisions big or made on their part, I want to, throw what, very smart people and my thoughts, in on that, and send them a letter or an email, and we'll go from there. I really want the BRP thing to work out, but I want to do this thing with Harley. It's not a contract deal. You know, I got to sign waivers and stuff. That's it. You know, because I'm going to be riding there, you know, like you do when you test ride a bike. But we'll see how it all works out. And I'm going to roll with that. Got about 15 minutes left. I'll do a little more cleaning up and we'll roll out. Well, hello there, YouTube. That going if the rain didn't come back.
Yeah, it's not bad right now.
Yeah, it wasn't
Just
supposed to
barely
until like 8 or 9 tonight, but she started sprinkling. And then last part, it's, I mean, not even the roads are wet yet. It's that light of a sprinkle. I imagine they're damp, but there's not hissing or anything. But anyway, it's kind of an adventurous day today. Hope I didn't ramble on too much about all that. We'll sort something out here.
Yes.
But I'd like to do both really bad. I don't see why I couldn't. Let's see if I can come up with a compelling. They're not even saying no.
Yeah.
They say I need to talk to my boss or whatever, but it didn't sound really good. We'll see. Anyway, we're gonna call it a day.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And you guys have a wonderful Wednesday or Thursday.
Heck yeah. All right.
And we will see you in the morning.
We will see you then. Appreciate you watching.
Yes.
Bye-bye now.